Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Mackenzie Reads. Just like every girl, I've got blush blindness. I am obsessed with it. It's called Sun-Dried Tomato. Love it. Oh my god, this stuff is amazing. If I can do it, you can do it, which I'm praying for in 2026. The gym was definitely not a favorite of mine this year. I fully understand that these are bougie as hell. $5 shampoo, $60 hair towel, I don't know. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am not going to be talking a lot about books, but if there's one thing that you should know about me, it's that when I love something, and I'm going to tell every single person in my life that they also need that something. I might have missed my calling as a salesman or a saleswoman, but anyways, what we're doing today is my 2025 favorites video. So I've broken this up into categories to try to make this go as quick as possible. You should see the amount of things I've laid out in front of me because I tried to have a prop for each one of my favorites. I think that we should just get right into it. We're gonna start off with my personal favorite category, of course, which is beauty. So in the beauty category, we are going to start off with, let's start off with hair. So my first favorite is MEJ hair clips. These are unfortunately worth the hype, and I say unfortunately because they're like $40, I think. However, I have at least 5 of these and they literally never lose their ability to close like this. They're always super tight no matter how often I wear them, and like I will literally wear these things for like 14 hours a day, multiple days in a row. I've only ever had one break, and that was a really unfortunate incident where something heavy fell on top of it, so I don't blame the clip. And these things just hold all your hair, and I have this in so many colors. I have it in blue, I have it in pink, and I highly recommend. And then the next hair piece I have, there's no specific brand, but it's really big fat scrunchies like this. I have one in my hair right now, and the thing with scrunchies like this, I'm currently growing out my hair. I used to have hair at my shoulders and I want to grow it long for this next phase of my life, and these make you look like you have so much more hair than you do. It's not that I don't have a lot of hair, it's just that when it's short and you put your hair in a low bun like this, which I tend to do at least once a day, I was so self-conscious of how small my bun looked, and these add so much life to your hair. I think that these are from a pack off of Amazon that I got, which I'll probably link that down below, which by the way, I'm gonna link everything that I possibly can down below, and I'm not smart enough or popular enough to earn commission, so these aren't like commission links, but feel free to click on any of these links and purchase any of these items. I guess this is sort of related to hair, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is good old organic cold pressed castor oil. And yes, it does matter if it's organic and cold pressed. Don't ask me why, but it does. No, essentially I use castor oil for everything. I use castor oil to grow my eyelashes. I've been putting just a little tiny bit of castor oil on my eyelashes almost every single night for this entire year. I've also started doing castor oil packs, which I really do think make a difference. If you ever have like a really dry spot, like some eczema, which I actually do, you just rub a little bit of castor oil on it, and I swear it goes away by the next morning. So castor oil is kind of like my fits-all. I feel like it literally fixes everything, and I have extremely acne-prone skin, and this has never seemed to break me out. So castor oil for the win. Now that we've kind of gone into skin, let's talk about my absolute favorite skincare brand, which is also quite basic, and that is Clear Stem. I will say one thing about Clear Stem. They recently, like this summer, reformulated and then repackaged all of their products. And while I love the new packaging, a couple of the reformulations, specifically on their serums, actually seems to be irritating my skin, which they've assured thousands of times that it won't, and that it is either the same or a better formula. However, I really am only still using the Hydra Berry moisturizer, the Hydra Glow moisturizer, and then all of my old serums that I still have backed up. The new pink serum, so the like no Botox serum, I can't think of the name of it, but I'll put it up here. That new serum really seems to be the one that is causing me breakouts, and I have not tried the new version of the blue or the yellow serum yet. So I will say this moisturizer, Hydra Berry, if you have like a compromised skin barrier, this product is great. The reason why I love Clearstem and I've always loved them is that they are 100% formulated with non-toxic, anti-aging, but also anti-acne ingredients, which not a lot of other brands do. So I do highly recommend at least this product with Clearstem. I also really like their face spray. It's good just to keep you refreshed throughout the day, but also keeps you really, really glowy. Also, having to do with skin, I have the Salty Face tanning water. This stuff is my holy grail. I will spray this on at night, and then it comes, or you can get a brush that they have, which I highly recommend getting, that you just kind of spread it around, spread it into your hairline, down your neck, over your ears, and you wake up the next morning with like this perfect sunny glow. And I'm telling you, I don't tell people when I put this on, and the next day, without fail, I always get a compliment of somebody saying you're glowing, and it's because of this product. Like, I swear I've never had so many unaccounted for comments. It can't be a coincidence. So I highly recommend that Salty Face tanner. It also will not break you out. Again, coming from the most acne prone girl on the entire planet. Kind of going back into hair, I have two things, actually three things to mention. So the first is a brand, and that is Crown Affair. So not only this like leave-in conditioner, which this is great, but I also have their overnight repair treatment, and then particularly their dry shampoo, like the one that has a brush that you use. I just kind of discovered this brand this year and I love everything that I've tried. I also have their hair towel, which is ridiculous. It's so expensive. I think it's a $60 hair towel, but for some reason it works so good. My hair literally, it dries so fast. I swear I put my hair up in that towel, leave it up just while I'm doing my skincare and putting on body lotion, take it out, and my hair literally is already like 50% dry. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, my hair has never dried that fast. So again, this leave-in conditioner is great. I love it. I especially like to apply this on dry hair before bed because ladies, and men, we have to be treating our hair like our skin. You don't go to bed without applying moisturizer to your face. Why would you go to bed without applying moisturizer to your hair? Just let that sink in. So I use this as one of my moisturizers for my hair. If this is too heavy, the overnight treatment is a little bit lighter, which is ironic because it's called an overnight repair treatment. So you'd think it might be a little bit heavier, but that one I actually find is much lighter, and I don't really have any trace of it in the morning, but my hair is definitely a lot smoother and softer. So Crown Affair as a whole, everything I've tried, I've been obsessed with. A new dry shampoo that I just recently got is this K18 Air Wash, which I don't know why these bottles are so tiny. This is essentially like a liquid that you spray on your hair, and I'm telling you, like, a little goes a long way. And I'm somebody who has to wash my hair every single day. Like, my hair gets so greasy, and you spray this on and it's wet, and then you just let your hair dry and then you rub it in. And like, I'm not even kidding you, like 3 sprays to this top part of my head and my hair looks clean. It's ridiculous. I don't know what kind of magic is in this, but this stuff works. I believe lastly for hair, I have not actually this product, but it's actually a whole routine. So if you are online, like I am, chronically, you must have seen the Abby Young hair method. As I said earlier, I'm trying to grow my hair, and Abby Young, her routine is impeccable. What I love about it is she makes it like normal to use drugstore products, which I kind of battle with because I know that they're not necessarily the cleanest, but like, there's nothing better than a shampoo that literally costs $5 when everything else in my routine costs so much money. I mean, $5 shampoo, $60 hair towel, I don't know. But anyways, this is just reminding me to talk about that Abby Young method. I've completely implemented it within, I believe, like the last month, and I do the clarifying shampoo every wash, another shampoo. I use the Dove Bond Repair shampoo, and then I do an in-shower bond repair treatment almost every single wash. Maybe I'll skip it like once a week. I find that my hair can go a little bit longer, like maybe 36 hours instead of 24 hours without needing to be washed or getting really greasy, which is crazy for me. Then I also always do some sort of like conditioner, gloss, or deep conditioning mask. I'll do heat protectant if I apply heat, although I typically don't apply heat to my hair, which I wasn't even doing heat protectant. Like before the Abby Young method, I was literally just using shampoo. That was it. I mean, granted my hair was short, but I wasn't even applying conditioner in the shower. So this has completely overhauled my hair. I feel like my hair is so much thicker and healthier, and I think it's just gonna grow like a weed, which I'm praying for in 2026. We have a couple more beauty things to go. An at-home lash lift kit. This is life-changing. We don't need to be going out and spending $100 every month to get our eyelashes permed and tinted. We don't. It's so easy. You can do it at home. I promise. If I can do it, you can do it. I've been doing this since I think I was like 17, and I'll do it maybe like 3 times a year. I could do it a little bit more frequently, but I find that this and then the castor oil on your eyelashes, your eyelashes are gonna look insane. So I highly recommend, if you wanna feel good, perm your eyelashes. And next we have some makeup. So the first one is the Merit Complexion Stick. This thing, this has been a favorite of mine for years, particularly the color Bisque and Dune, I think are like my 2 colors that I use because, as I've said, I'm a very acne prone person. I don't think there's been one day in the past, I don't even know how long, that I have not had at least one blemish on my skin, and this covers it just enough for me to feel confident, but it doesn't look cakey, and it kind of just like blends into your skin. So I do highly recommend this if you are somebody who has acne and you want to just like do a quick little like spot conceal. It's so easy with this because it's literally just a stick. And then we have blush. So the Say blush, I don't know like what kind of blush, the Say Dew blush, I guess, particularly in the shades Sweetie and Spicy. Spicy was like my first love when it comes to Say blush. This one is a new addition, but I love it. Spicy is really good if you have a tan. Oh, Remy's back there. But Spicy is really good if you have a tan. It kind of gives you that like sunburnt look, which I'm obsessed with. I mean, just like every girl, I've got blush blindness, so I love blush. And then this one I think is a little bit better for my like winter pale skin, Sweetie, and I just love how easy it is to apply. I literally put this on and then I use a Sephora blush brush just to rub it in, and it's perfect. Next we have some lip products. So I fell on to the bandwagon for this Wonder Skin, like the lip stain lip liner. Oh my god, this stuff is amazing. Particularly the shade Charming is my favorite because it's not like hot pink and it kind of looks like your natural lips. This stuff lasts so long. I brought this, the first time I tried this was in the end of August. I went to London for Labor Day weekend with my mom, and I remember us putting this on in the bathroom of our hotel lobby before we could even check in. It's blue, you look crazy. There's all these like British people walking in and looking at these crazy ladies changing in a bathroom, but let me tell you, this stuff works. It stayed on all day, and I eat, I drink, I'm always jabbering, so there's gonna be a chance for this to wear off, and it just doesn't. I love it. It makes your lips look so good. On the same wavelength as this, we just have lip liner. Lip liner in general is a makeup product that I had not unlocked yet. Particularly this, I mean, this is also a very basic bitch color, but it's the Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. I find that this just gives like the perfect shadow around my lips. And this honestly lasts me pretty long, not nearly as long as the Wonder Skin one, but just try a lip liner. If you've never tried a lip liner, like I got my mom lip liner for Christmas last year. She was obsessed, so highly recommend a lip liner. Next we have a couple more lip products, or I guess a brand, and that is these 3. I do not know how to say this name. Edem? E-A-D-E-M. These are like my favorite new lip product. Not only is the packaging like so luxe and beautiful, the applicator too is just like this beautiful little metal applicator. It's cooling. I honestly need to put some on. It's so smooth. It does not get grainy at all. This one is like a limited edition for the holidays, and it has little shimmers in it. It's called, this one's Croissant. The first one that I ever got is Boba Bounce, which is like this darker mauve color, which is good sometimes if you want a little bit of color. And then I also got the Butter Mochi, which is just like their straight clear. This stuff is so good. It doesn't add like too much shine. Your hair doesn't really stick to it as much as some like super sticky lip glosses. I don't love really sticky, and I'm just obsessed with these. And again, these have non-pore clogging ingredients if you're somebody who gets acne around your lips. Next, we have nails. So while I have these fun nails right now, I typically don't do press-ons, but it is Olive and June. I just grabbed this little bottle to remind myself to talk about it, but for Christmas last year, I got the at-home Olive and June gel nail polish kit. The reason why I love Olive and June is because they're non-toxic, and the gel honestly lasts so long. Depending on how meticulous you are when you apply it, it can last me well over 2 weeks. And I'm somebody who, like, when I put on nail polish, it's chipping like that exact same day. So I am obsessed with it. You can get all these really fun colors. If you're somebody who spends a lot of money going out to get your nails done, just try their kit. It's great. Everything I've tried from them is great. I mean, I just tried their press-ons today for the first time, and they feel like really stuck on there. So I think everything that I've tried from them I've loved. So I highly recommend trying out Olive and June. Okay, well, since I needed a sip of water, we're gonna move on into the health category. And the first one I'm gonna talk about is my Bink water bottles. These are like, I have 3. I don't have the other one right now, but these are my favorite water bottles ever. They're glass, and then they're covered in this silicone. The lid always matches the bottom. I mean, I guess you could mismatch them, but they're just so beautiful. This is like a bendy straw. I guess the only thing that's annoying, please ignore my dog barking. But the only thing that's annoying is like this will spill, like this lid. So you have to make sure that like you have a hand to carry it if you're leaving your home. But I just love that it's not plastic or metal that I'm drinking out of. They're so easy to clean. You can just stick them in the dishwasher. Like, I love a Bink water bottle. So I have a list on my phone if you see me looking down. But again, talking about health, the next thing we're gonna talk about is tea. I've never been a big tea drinker. However, I've wanted to be a big tea drinker, and I've discovered the tea that I love. And unfortunately, it's from London. I got it in London. It's from Fortnum and Mason, and their tea is so good. Particularly this one, the Knickerbocker Glory tea. I think it was a limited edition for the summer, but I do think you can still get it. Not only is this packaging beautiful, but it comes in with these beautiful little silk tea bags. It smells amazing. It's so good. It's so flavorful. Like, it literally feels like, or it tastes like there's sweetener in your tea. It's so good. I highly recommend this tea. I'm assuming that every other tea from them has to be good. Also, my favorite mug I have is this beautiful little mug that my mom actually made for me. Well, she didn't make it for me, but she made it the year that I was born. So she was pregnant with me when she made it, which is really cool. It's just so hearty and beautiful, and I don't know, it just makes drinking your coffee a lot more fun. It has this nice thick handle, and I think that everybody should have a beautiful mug made by their mom. So thanks, Mom. All right, so we are back. I just ate dinner because Logan came home with Thai food, so I ate that. We watched a little bit of Love Actually, and now it's time to continue. The next thing I want to talk about is none other than the 5-minute journal. I was very skeptical to try this because it's literally like a $30 journal. Unfortunately, it kind of does live up to the hype. The prompts are very clear, it's very quick, and I do find that when I'm doing this consistently, I tend to have a better attitude. And if I ever need like that mindset shift and I'm just down on myself, getting back into this routine is really good. Next thing that I have, I don't have like the actual object because that is Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. They are so good. I've read a few of his books and I love them, and I think his meditations are like the only ones that I find that actually tend to do what they are designed to do. So do some Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. I bought some on his website, but there's also so many free ones on YouTube, so I highly recommend just look up ones on YouTube. Next, we're gonna talk about my 2025 newest obsession workout, and I grabbed my little 2-pound ankle weight to remind me to talk about this, and that is none other than Pilates by Izzy. Pilates by Izzy is amazing. Not only are her videos free, I mean, she does have a paid platform, and if you love her videos, think about paying to support her. That's something that I was thinking about actually going into the new year, but she puts out a weekly video every week on YouTube. They're long, they can literally go over an hour, and she is like the only Pilates workout that I do that I wake up the next day feeling sore and that I find are actually challenging. I feel like it's a good mixture between strength training and Pilates without having to own a lot of equipment. So I highly recommend Pilates by Izzy. The gym was definitely not a favorite of mine this year. I definitely liked having at-home workouts. Two more things, which I also don't have right next to me because they're big. The first one is my walking pad. I am obsessed with this thing. I wanted a walking pad for so long, and I waited until I got a good deal. I literally think I got my walking pad for $70. I love that thing. I've gotten so many more steps than I would have without that. I will read on that walking pad. I will use my red light mask on the walking pad in the morning. I'll walk after I eat just to help me digest my food. Like, I'm obsessed with that thing. If you're somebody who lives somewhere cold, somewhere that gets dark really early or stays dark really late, I highly, highly, highly recommend a walking pad. And then also alongside of that, I have my lymphatic drainage plate. If you had to choose between a walking pad and a lymphatic drainage plate, I would 100% choose a walking pad. However, if you do have the funds and the means to get a lymphatic plate, I do love it. I think it's so good, especially for my legs, which tend to hold a lot of fluid, I think. And I find that it just is so good at waking me up in the morning. I like to just stand on it and like read my book or just scroll on my phone. And I find that it's a good way to kind of detox and get rid of stagnant blood that pools in your feet from standing all day, which I do. I just feel like it's such a good tool to have in your toolbox. And if you have the means, I do really love mine. Alrighty, we're on to our last category, which is kind of like a twofer, and it is fashion and lifestyle. First, talk about a fabric. My favorite fabric of 2025 is cashmere. I know that makes me sound bougie, but this was the year that I just began to appreciate natural textiles versus synthetic. So like cotton, linen, cashmere versus like polyester, rayon, like those materials. I mean, I still buy Lululemon. I know Lululemon leggings are made of plastic. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop that, but cashmere sweaters are unbelievable. They're amazing. They're soft. They don't make you itchy. Like if I wear wool, I'll break out in hives. Cashmere doesn't really do that to me. The only annoying thing about cashmere is how you have to wash it. So I'll kind of let all of my sweaters just pile up. When they get dirtier, they kind of smell, and I wash them like really gently, cold water, and then they have to be laid flat to dry. They definitely do shrink a little bit, so I'll always size up in my cashmere sweaters, but my favorite places to shop for cashmere sweaters are Banana Republic and Reformation. I have a few of those. This one's from Anthropologie, which is pretty good. I just found that it kind of shrinks a little bit, or I find it shrinks a little bit more than some of the other brands. Speaking of Reformation, I would say that was probably my favorite store of 2025. I like that they're sustainable. Their stuff is definitely expensive, so I usually would only buy when they're doing their sale. But I just find that like the jeans that I have from them just fit me so good. And I just find that the quality of their stuff is great. This sweater that I'm wearing with these beautiful bell sleeves and it's got a boat neck is also from Reformation. This one was actually pretty affordable considering. I think it was around like $70-$80, and it's kind of like this knit fabric, so it's not like a cotton, it's like an actual sweater, and I'm obsessed with it. I love the color. It's called Sun-Dried Tomato. Love it. Next thing we have is a pajama company, and I fully understand that these are bougie as hell. However, I'm obsessed. And so that is, I can't really show you, but Lake pajamas. Oh, these smell good. If you've never heard of them, maybe don't look them up because they're extremely expensive. They are like the softest, most amazing pajamas I've ever worn. There's a couple problems with them. I don't think it's a problem, but they're 100% cotton, so they will shrink. So when you buy them, they're typically like a little bit more oversized, and then they will shrink as you wash them. The only problem, if you're taller like me, I'm 5'8", and the pants do tend to shrink. So actually the majority of my Lake pajamas I've bought resale off of Poshmark, which sometimes the people have washed them differently, so then the pants will shrink. So if you buy them yourself, definitely like just lay to the pants to dry. The shirts can honestly be put in the dryer, or if you buy directly from Lake, they do have some like tall options. So like I got a pair of Christmas pajamas from them this year, and I got the tall option, and I got those during their Black Friday sale, which I think was 25% off or 30% off. So that's about as good as you're gonna get with them. I know that they're expensive, but it's kind of like you buy one per year and you can slowly build up your collection. The ones I just showed you are the kimono ones in the color hydrangea, and I'm obsessed with the kimono. It's so comfy and it just looks like you look put together. Like I feel like that's the pajamas that you'd wear like standing on your balcony at your ocean house, like drinking your morning coffee. I don't know, I'm obsessed. Next we're gonna talk about a shoe brand. So I have my Aloha's flats here. These are they're like a brown wine color, kind of burgundy. And I discovered the brand Aloha's this year and I have not looked back. I now own 2 pairs of their ballet flats and then also a pair of their sneakers, the pink ones, like the suede pink ones. They kind of went a little bit viral this year, I'd say. They do sell it on Anthropologie, but it is a European brand, so they are definitely expensive. However, the shoes are made with great materials and they're so comfortable. Like those flats I just showed you, I wore those when I was in London and I walked over 30,000 steps in those shoes and I had not one blister. My feet felt great. And I mean, I'm definitely super picky with my shoes, so that's a big compliment. So I do love Aloha's shoes. I have been looking and eyeing their boots, which I'm interested in. I just want to make sure that they would last a long time. Next, also sort of on like the fashion side of things, I have these 2 beaded necklaces that I have. I genuinely do not remember where I got them from, but I wore these like every single day this summer. They're the most beautiful colors of blue. Hopefully I can find where I got them from, but I just love this color blue specifically, and then also this like mint green. I just found like with a tan, these just look so cute. They're so fun. I think I want to get like a pink one or an orange one for next summer. I know it's like a small brand and I bought them off her website, but they're great. They're such good quality, and I don't know, it's just fun to have like a cute little beaded necklace. We only have a couple more things, so these next 2 are a little bit like bandwagon, like I hopped on, but it was worth it. And the first is Burga phone cases. This one with the tomatoes, this one I had on my phone for over 6 months, which I always get sick of phone cases, so that's saying a lot for me. I find that it's pretty durable. I mean, it has a little bit of like scratches on the corners and the edge, but I just think it always made me happy. Like I love a phone case where you look at it and it just like brings you joy. And now I have this cute winter one that has little stars on it. I also have a plaid one that I really like. And then I also just got one of their cases for my Kindle, and it's just this brown polka dot. And that brings me to my Kindle Colorsoft. I'm obsessed with this thing. I got this for Christmas last year, and I had like an old Kindle. It was super old. I think it was from like 2016, and it was definitely slow. Like it still did the job, but the bottom corner was cracked. It just like, I needed an upgrade, and ever since I've got that Kindle, I've read like even more on Kindle. Speaking of Kindle and Kindle cases, I'm going to mention the Page cases. So I followed this account on Instagram, and their cases are so cute. The only thing I don't like about them is they have this like magnetized opening, and you can like put your hand in here, but when your Kindle's in it, the magnet's not strong enough to hold. The reason why I don't really care is because I don't really find the strap, like any of these straps on Kindles, to be really comfortable, so I don't really use that feature. So I would just kind of hold it, and I just love having a cute Kindle case. I feel like I was just so much more likely to pick up my Kindle and read it when it was in a cute case. Next, speaking of books, we have this red light book light. If you're somebody who reads like a physical book at night, I mean, I just got this off of Amazon. It was like 12 bucks. This is so much better than one of those like bright book lights, because if you didn't know, seeing bright light before bed can actually ruin your sleep. So this is definitely something I think if you have a reader, in your life, or if you read physical books, I highly recommend getting one of those. These last ones are kind of silly, but the first one, these are both having to do with cooking. So the first one is actually Trader Joe's seasonings, particularly this Green Goddess and then the ranch seasoning. I find that these literally make any vegetable taste like crack. They're so good. And if you have a Trader Joe's near you, you need to go buy these two and put it on any vegetable that you make. You'll eat more veggies. Then I have this beautiful olive wood wooden utensil. My mom got this for me in Italy, which I think is why I love it. But you should use wooden utensils, not plastic. These are so much better for you. They're better for like the flavor of your food. They don't contain hormone disruptors like plastic utensils do. So if you don't have wooden utensils, get some. They don't need to be from Italy. They can literally just be from Home Goods, but I highly recommend using only wooden utensils. And lastly, I'm going to talk about something that I did this year. I went on an out-of-country trip for just the weekend. So I flew from Boston to London and I spent 3 days there, and oh my god, that like opened my eyes to travel. I always thought that I was gonna need super long time in any place that I go, and that was the most fun trip. I went with my mom, and if you're somebody who has that same mindset where you think that you need a full week to go somewhere, you don't. We had the best time. We saw so many things. We honestly had extra time, and I highly recommend doing like out of country weekend trips if you can swing it. Like we left on a Thursday night, we flew overnight, and then we had all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we flew back on Monday morning, so like on Labor Day. So the only day we had to take off of work was Friday to go out of the country. So I highly recommend that. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope that you guys liked my favorites video. I'm really not looking forward to putting all of this stuff away, but if there's anything on my favorites that you use and you like, let me know down below. Or if there's anything that I've convinced you to maybe buy, also let me know. I think it'll be fun to sort of look back on this video in the future and see the things that I really liked this day and age. It's kind of like a little product time capsule of sorts. So thank you guys so much for being here, for watching. If you got this far, please like, subscribe if you're able to. It would mean the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you in my next video. So bye.